Hello everyone, Lightwish sent me a little package that I wanted to share with you. So I'm gonna open it up and see what's inside. It's a binder watercolor travel set with 18 grids, a ceramic palette, and a watercolor sketchbook. So let's see what this is. Oh, nice. So we have a travel brush. It's nice and light. I like that. And I like that this end is not too skinny. It's not heavy at all. I really like it. It's plastic, obviously, but it looks like it's made to look like bamboo. I like it a lot. It has a hole so that the air can go through, and when you close it, then it can dry. The bristles can dry. That's a nice brush. And this looks really nice. I like the size too, very portable. Alright, so it's a faux leather cover. Looks really cool. With a nice sturdy elastic band. You can tell how sturdy it is. I think it made a dent on it, unless it's made on purpose. Could be made like that on purpose, actually. So there is a loop here, probably, so you can hold your brush. Very nice. All right, what do we have here? That must be the palette. Oh, nice. It's in ceramic, as the box says. And you have room for 18. You have 18 wells. Sweet. So this, I believe, fits in here. Which is nice because you can slide it in and keep it here, and you can just paint like that. Very nice. And then you can close it once you're done. You have little magnets on the edges so that you can close your palette and it stays closed nice and tight. But you can also just use it whichever way you want. That's sweet, sweet, sweet. I like that. Now on this side, get some watercolor paper. I like that you have a page to protect your paintings. I guess if you're lefty, or if you would rather paint the other way around, you could. That's nice. Very nice. Or slide other things, other papers, or anything you need here. So the paper is hot press, I believe, although one side looks has a little bit of grain. The other side is nice and smooth, and it is 100% cotton. There are 20 sheets. And I believe, yeah, they feel like 140 pounds. I'm going to play with it and tell you how I like it. I need to put some paint in it first. What I use for my water container with my plein air setup is this little clip that has a magnet on one side and a little box that I saved. It's a plastic box with a lid. It's not waterproof, and I do not carry it with water in it. But at least when I'm done, I can just empty the water and then put the lid back on, and there's no water all over the place. Underneath that box, I stuck a very thin but very strong magnet. That way I can attach it to the clip. It seems like it would work really well with this sketchbook, so I'm very pleased about it. But since I'm not going to be painting outside today, because I do not have much time, and it's way too hot for me right now, I'm going to use my regular jug. So I looked around in my studio and I decided to do a quick sketch of that little model of a skull that I have. I don't want to do something too elaborate because I still want to stay within the parameters of painting outside, maybe something that's 20 or 30 minutes at most. I used a blue colored pencil that I really like for sketching. It's a Prismacolor color erase pencil. I like them because they have an eraser on the other end and they erase pretty well, provided that you do not push too hard on your pencil, of course. Also, because of lack of time, I decided to kill two birds with one stone. And instead of using a bunch of different colors, I recently purchased a new to me brand of watercolor called Tonic. And I think it's, I don't know if it's available in other stores, but I know that it's been advertised lately by the St. Louis Art Supply store. So I ordered it online, and this one is Prussian blue, and so I'm only going to do a little monochromatic sketch to try this new color that I got. So I poured a little bit too much in my palette. I need to be careful when I fill it up not to put too much paint because I don't want it to make too much of a mess when I close the palette on the ceramic part. And when I was done with my sketch, I used the travel watercolor brush that came with a sketchbook set, and I started painting. And I realized that the bristles are very soft, mushy type of soft. And I'm really not used to that, so it was a little scary for me. I love this brush. I love how light it is, how the barrel is uniformly thick, but I had a hard time with the bristles. I think I need to be more familiar with this kind of bristles and paint some more with it. So pretty soon I ended up using a brush that had stiffer bristles. Not too stiff, good for watercolor, but stiffer so that I could actually move my paint around a little bit. Also, the watercolor paper is hot press, which I'm definitely not used to using. So it took me a little while, but it's really not that bad, and I actually had a lot of fun because it dries faster, I guess. I didn't have as much open time to make the water move around, and it just gave a more streaky look, which I started playing with. It just made me paint looser, which was fun because I rarely take the time to do that. So in the end, I had a great time painting this little sketch. I really like that Prussian blue watercolor by Tonic. It seems to be a very nice paint. It's super pigmented. It's very nice. Honestly, I have absolutely no negative about this sketchbook. It's perfect. I really love the size. I love the setup. The palette is great. I really like that it's also ceramic because it cleans really well and it doesn't stain. And also it doesn't bead when you put the water on it. The wells, the wells where you actually put the paint, they're not as big as half pans, but it's perfect for going plein air painting because you don't need giant pans. And you have 18 of them, so you really can put a lot of colors in there. I'm going to have to figure out if Lightwish has the same kind of travel brushes, but with different bristles, because that would be my favorite. honestly. So light. I like light brushes. But I need to have the right kind of bristles. But other than that, the setup is really nice. I think it's perfect. It would be a plus if it came with a little water container somehow, either attached to a clip or I don't know, something that's portable. That way you'd have the whole setup and you wouldn't have to add on to it, or maybe a water brush instead. But the way it comes, it's not a complete plein air set. But you don't have to use it for plein air. You can just use it in your studio and you'll be fine. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you, Lightwish, for sending me this really nice sketchbook. I really like it. I'll put a link in the description box of this video in case you're interested. Check it out. It comes with different colors and also comes with cold press paper. You can buy the paper refills if you want to. So if you get this one, like for instance, I like cold press paper, I could buy the cold press refill pack and use it with this the sketchbook. Thank you all for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye bye.